Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah. Got it. Okay. Good morning. And here's your host, Victor. The conference will be starting in 3 minutes. So please turn off your microphone during this meeting unless you're having group conversations or you want to share something. At the same time, please open your camera so everyone can see who is speaking. So let's get back at 9:30. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for participating in this online exchange. The schedule today will be divided into 3 parts: the opening ceremony, group conversation, and the comprehensive conversation. Today, we will be starting with speeches from both teachers. And following, we will get to know both schools better by going through the school introductions. Next, we'll have a breaking ice game. Then, we will be split into groups to do group conversations. And at the last, we will have a time for you to share your thoughts on today's event. First, we would like to invite the teacher of Students Ambassadors from Jianguo High School, Mrs. Deng Shuhua, to open up for us.
Okay. 皆さん、こんにちは。はじめまして。私はトウです。私は台北建国高校の校長先生の秘書です。どうぞよろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。
Dear Mr. Koya Kawakami and students from Hakuba Senior High School and Django High School, good morning. In the first online meeting with students from your school last December, even we only have 1 hour language exchanging activity, we still feel happy to make new friends and know more about Japan. After the meeting, we had done some research and find that Hakuba Senior High School is located in a very beautiful city and it's very close to the mountain, Kolobe Tadeyama Mountain. I'm not sure if my pronunciation is correct, but we find that it's a very famous sightseeing spot. Thus, when I got the email from your teacher, Mr. Koya Kawakami, we are all very excited and wish can further our friendship between our two schools. Both your teacher and I think we can start from know more about each other and have more time for you to share your opinions and chat freely about your life or whatever you are interested in. So don't be shy. Cherish the time today we have. Hope all of you can enjoy the meeting and learn from each other today. Thank you.
Thanks for teacher Deng Shuhua's words. Next, we're going to invite Mr. Koya Kawakami from Hakuba Koko to say something to us.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Koya Kawakami, and I am an English teacher in Hakuba Senior High School. And this is the first year for me to teach English in this senior high school. And also, this is the first online meeting for me. So I'm a bit nervous today. Well, here in Japan, we don't have many chances to speak English or to talk to foreigners. So this kind of speaking situation is very rare for us. And I think the situation is similar in Taiwan as well. So today, this meeting, I'm happy if this meeting will be a good chance for both students to build up speaking skills. And also, I think both Japanese students and also Taiwanese students have some accents. Japanese students have Japanese accent and Taiwanese students have Taiwanese accent. So I want you to talk a little bit slowly and clearly to understand each other. And also some technical problem might happen during the meeting. So if something happens, please ask help to teachers. And I think the best way to practice English speaking is making mistakes. So don't be shy and try making a lot of mistakes. That is the fastest way to master English, I think. That's all. Thank you.
Thanks for teacher Koya Kawakami's words. Following, we will be doing the school introductions. Please pay attention and listen carefully to the presentations. Let's welcome Cheng Xuan and Zhu Ting to introduce our school and how it is like to be Jianguo High School students.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Sean Yang. Here, I'm going to give you a brief presentation of Taiwan and Taipei, and I will divide my speech into 3 parts. For the first part, let's talk about where is Taiwan. Taiwan is a small island situated in the North Pacific Ocean. It's in the southwest of Japan, and Taiwan and Japan has a 1 hour time difference. In the picture you see, there is 2,000 kilometers away from CK High School to Hakuba High School, and we have to take about 6 hours of transportation to get to each other. For the second part, I'll introduce you 3 things that foreigners most know about Taiwan. The first one is the beautiful landscape. The picture is the highest mountain called Yushan. Just like the Fuji mountain, it's the spirit of Taiwanese too. Second is the delicious food. Look at these photos. It's pig's blood cake, oyster omelette, and the boba milk tea. Here I have some short stories behind these. I'll talk about the short stories behind these delicacies. First, let's begin with the pig's blood cake. The origins of the pig's blood cake have a lot of versions. The most mainstream one is that in old times, Taiwan was poor, so everyone was thrifty. After the farmers killed the pigs, they didn't throw away the blood. Instead, they mixed it with rice and steam it before eating it. The next we'll see is the oyster omelette. It mixed oyster, eggs, some sweet potato flowers, some vegetables, and some sauce. You might seem it a little bit disgusting, but when you try it, you will love it. The last, I think everyone knows the most, is the boba milk tea. This is a food that represents our Taiwan's tea culture the most. However, through Japanese creativity and imagination, the boba are added into the rice and ramen right now. For the third, it's about the people. People in Taiwan is warm, helpful, and polite. If you all visit Taiwan, you will feel it in person. For the last part of my speech, I'll describe my hometown, Taipei, the capital of Taiwan and the center of economic and politics. There are some places that you must go. You will never forget for your whole life. Okay. The first picture you see is Taipei 101. It's very beautiful, right? It is the highest building in Taiwan, and we often see the New Year's Eve fireworks show there. The next we see is the National Palace Museum. There we have a lot of treasures. The oldest treasure can be traced back to about 2,000 years ago. And here I list about 3 famous treasures from National Palace Museum. The first we see is the jade cabbage. The second one is the mid-shaped stone. And the third one is the Duke Mount tripod. Okay, at the last picture we see is the Chiang Kai-shek Memorial Hall. Except for memorizing the former President Chiang Kai-shek, there is about 2 important facilities in it. There we see on the left is the National Concert Hall. We often listen to the pleasant music there. And on the right hand, there is a national theater. We often watch Chinese opera and glove puppetry there. Oh, I forgot one thing. Don't forget to visit CK High School. And now I'm going to hand over my hosting. I'm going to hand over my work of hosting to Justin Ho, and he'll bring you more detailed introduction of CK High School. Let's check it out.
Can everyone hear my voice? Okay, just wait a second. Now I'm going to present you the introduction of our school, which is the full name is called Taipei Municipal Jingguo High School, and I'm your presenter, Justin Ho. And these are the topics that I will introduce you later. You can take a look. Okay, let's now get into the first part. Our school was set up in 1898, and it originally was not in the present location. It was at other place, but it moved to the place we are at now in 1907. And its original name is Taipei's first high school, and it was changed into the name now Jingguo High School in 1967. Okay, the second part I'm going to talk about our logo, and I will start with a quote. You can see on top of the picture, it says, "Today I'm proud of Jingguo High School, and Jingguo High School will be proud of me someday." This quote means that the school wants us to accomplish big things after we graduate from here. And on the logo, you can see that blue and white triangle. In the middle of the logo, you can see an icon that looks a little bit like circle. It is the word Tai in Taipei. And in the outer part, the word Bei makes the shape of a triangle. And on top of the triangle, there are 4 words. From left to right, it is Qing, Bu, Chen, You, which means diligent, plain, honest, and courageous. These are the 4 elements that our school wants us to have. And for the next part, I'm going to introduce you our campus. From the picture, you can see number 1. It is the big gate of our school, and it looks like this. And for the second structure, number 2, you can see it is called the red chamber. And this is the most iconic and the structure with the most history in our school. And also, this is the building that we are at now. And in front of the red chamber, you can see a statue, which is Mr. Chiang Kai-shek. We mentioned it earlier. He is the first president of Taiwan. The third part we're going to talk about is the Dream Red building, number 3. And it is the newest building in our school, and we do some extra events in this building. The 4th structure is called a resource building. The resource building is where library is at and our computer lab is at. The 5th part is the science building. The science building is where we have some experiments and biology or physics classes. The sixth building is the arts department building. This is a building where we have music or art classes and house economics. The seventh one is the Student Activity Center. This is the place where our gym and swimming pool is at. Number 8 and 9 are Zhiqiang Building and Mingdao Building. These two buildings are for the first graders. This is Zhiqiang Building and this is Mingdao Building. And for number 10, 11, and 12, they are stick together. In order from left to right, they are Zhenyi Building, Zhuangjing Building, and Zhizhi Building. Here are the classrooms for second graders and third graders. Also, the office for teachers. And the next topic is about our uniforms. You can see some students are wearing the desert colored uniforms like us, like we are wearing now. It is the khaki uniform of our school, and when people see students in this uniform, they will immediately know that we are students from Jianguo High School. And the gray shirts are our sports wears, where most people, which is what most people will wear in school. But but the school also allows us to wear our own clothes to school, because the school wants to give us more freedom and choose what we want to do. The next part, I'm going to talk about my schedule. This is my schedule for 1 week, from Monday to Friday. You can look at the subjects that I have. There are subjects that you might have, such as English or PE classes or club classes or history classes. But there are some subjects that you might never see. And we will introduce you these subjects later. So our classes starts from 8:10 in the morning and ends at 4 p.m. in the afternoon. In the middle of the day, we'll have an hour of lunch break, which is from 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock. Okay. And the first special course that I'm going to talk about is our secondary language class. Every student in Jianguo High School can choose one secondary language. There are 5 options for us. The most commonly chosen is Japanese. Most people attend Japanese class. The others are like German, Latin, French, and Spanish. You might be curious about, like, why would somebody choose to learn Latin? Some people choose to learn Latin because many medical, if they want to be doctor or nurses, many medical phrases are from Latin words. So that's the reason why we have Latin classes. The school wants us to learn a secondary language because besides we might use it in the future for jobs, but also they want us to do cultural exchanges, like to learn about foreign cultures more and to exchange with foreigners. The second special course is Inquiry and practice. You can think this class is like experiment classes. It has two parts, which is it is divided into chemistry and biology, and the other part is physics and earth science. So we do some cloth dyeing experiments in the chemistry part. You can see the beautiful cloth that we use the plants to dye. And for the physics parts, we do a lot of experiments based on number calculated. So you can see there is many numbers on it. We do many calculating in this class. The third special course is self-study. In Wednesday afternoon, we'll have 3 periods of self-study time when we can do the things we want at that time, such as our assignments of the week, or we can even study subjects that we are interested in. So this is a time we can use freely, and we can decide what we will use what we will do at this time. Another option that we can do in this time is we can attend courses, extra courses. For me, I attended to be a program to be a teacher for the students in the countryside. So on the right, left is a screenshot when I was teaching. Okay, and about our clubs, there are clubs like flying club, beatbox clubs, or guitar clubs, or biology clubs. There are about 70 clubs in our school, which is a really massive amount. Okay. And our lunch culture is a special part of our school. Students can bring lunch boxes or buy bento in the school. We can also call food delivery or eat outside the school. Eat out is a special part of our school because not all the students in Taiwan can do this, but the school trusted us that we won't do bad things, and they want us to have self-managed abilities. Okay, for the last part of my presentation, I'm going to talk about the statue of our school. This statue is Chiang Kai-shek, which I mentioned earlier. He's the former president, but in some special days, our students will put special costumes on him. This is an interesting part. You can see this is the left one is the statue too, and this is the statue too, and this one is you can see it's the Thanos from Marvel movie. So our school allows us to be creative and do some interesting stuffs like this. And this is the end of my presentation. Thank you everyone for listening. Okay, next, let's welcome presenters from Hakuba Koko.
All right, so my students didn't have enough time to prepare for the slides, so I prepared some kind of easy, simple slides, so please listen.
That's okay, that's fine, that's fine.
Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Thank you. So this is online meeting, but I want to say welcome to Japan, because if the border between Taiwan and Japan is opened, maybe you could come to Japan. Yeah. And maybe you know some prefectures name of Japan, like Tokyo, Kyoto, Hokkaido, something like that. But actually, there are 7 big areas in Japan. For example, Tokyo is included Kanto area. And the Tohoku area was attacked by big tsunami in 2011. And our prefecture, Nagano, is included in Chubu area. And Kyoto and Osaka is included in Kinki area. And there are more Chugoku area, Shikoku area, Kyushu. And Okinawa and Hokkaido are different from those areas. So now I'm going to introduce you to a good place to have delicious food in Japan. So if you have a chance to come to Japan, I recommend you guys to visit Hokkaido, Tokyo, and Fukuoka. So firstly, you can enjoy delicious seafood in Hokkaido area. And also, there are many ramen noodle shops in Tokyo area. So, so when I saw Taiwanese students slide, I was so surprised because when I saw ramen noodles with tapioca balls, but in Tokyo, there are many different kinds of ramen noodle shops. And in Fukuoka, Fukuoka has a unique food culture. And that culture is different from normal Japanese food. And maybe you can enjoy it. And next, when you want to go shopping in Japan, just go to Tokyo and Osaka. And you can find everything in those 2 prefectures. So you can buy electronic devices like that. And you can buy any kind of clothes in Tokyo and Osaka. And when people think about Japan and historical buildings, most of the people think about Kyoto. Kyoto is very famous. But as well as Kyoto, there are many historical buildings in Kanagawa area as well. In Kanagawa, there are many traditional shrines and temples. And Kanagawa is very close to Tokyo, so it's very easy to get there. So this is Kinkakujin, Kyoto. But those 2 temples and big Buddha is in Kanagawa area. So you can enjoy this kind of things in Kanagawa too. So now let's go back to Nagano. So we are in Hakuba village, and Hakuba village is included in Nagano prefecture. And Nagano is, as you can see, located in the middle of Japan. So all those pictures are from Nagano prefecture. Nagano is famous for its beautiful nature. And also, Nagano is famous for winter sports. So that's why in 1998, Winter Olympic was held in Nagano prefecture. And at that time, people needed ski jumping place. And in Hakuba village, there is a big jumping site. And in 1998 Winter Olympics, this ski jumping site was used. And from that time, Hakuba village became famous around the world. So now there are many foreigners who live in Hakuba village. So this is Nagano prefecture, and Hakuba village is here, the north part of Nagano prefecture. And Hakuba village is around, it takes around 3 or 4 hours from Tokyo area. So of course, Hakuba is famous for winter sports. But also Hakuba has beautiful nature, especially in spring season. And also there are many good hot springs. So if you have a chance to come to Hakuba, I recommend you to use hot springs in our village. And this is Hakuba Senior High School, very old one. And also this is a school principal, Mr. Seki. So the Hakuba Senior High School character of Hakuba Senior High School is our high school is very small. So there are only 2 classes in each grade and only around 25 students in each grade. And there are 3 grades. That means only 150 students are studying in our senior high school. And also, mostly students come from local areas in Nagano Prefecture, but some students come from other prefectures such as Osaka or Tokyo. And one student are from Fukuoka area. And also, we have 2 classes, but one class is normal class and the other class is international sightseeing class. So this student is studying sightseeing. So now we have online meeting with 25 students from Hakuba Senior High School, and that class is international sightseeing class. Okay, that is all for my presentation. Thank you for listening.
Thanks for the introductions. We've learned a lot about both countries and schools. Now, we're going to let you and your group members know each other better by doing the small group conversations.
Sorry, don't you have ice break game? Or we don't have enough time to do it?
Sorry, considered to the time, there may not be enough time for the breaking ice game. So we will kind of skip this one.
Got it.
Okay. So we're doing the group conversations. And the group conversation starts with brief introductions from both participants in turn. And then each person can share about their daily life, including clubs, interests, favorite movie stars, songs, foods, or even ambitions. And finally, the important task is to exchange thoughts on the topic. Do you think the courses online can replace school? Why or why not? And there will be a link for each group in the Google Meet chat, and as well as one in Padlet. Please make sure that you are in the right group and come back in time. Okay, you can see the small group meeting rooms in the Google Meet chat.